channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a bathroom makeover slash renovation, whatever you like to call it. I'm not actually doing too much. It's honestly going to be a lot of painting, but painting makes such a huge difference. So I thought I would show you kind of the process of trying to redo this bathroom. So this is my brother and I's bathroom, and I'm not a huge fan of the color. It's like, if I were to describe it, I would say it looks like milk chocolate. I don't even know. It's like a weird brown taupe kind of color, but we've had this color in our washroom for the longest time. Like, I don't remember what it was even before this color. So I'm excited to finally get to repaint this and see how it turns out. There are a few things that we've already done. We bought a few little things. We actually started by getting a new bath mat, which is now a light gray one. The other one was like a taupey color and it was really gross too, so glad we got that one. And then we also got a new like shower hanger thing. The old one, the paint was peeling, and so it was long overdue for that. So earlier this year, I actually went on to Pinterest to try to find some inspiration, and I will insert pictures of what I kind of want the bathroom to look like. Obviously, it's not going to look the same because there's a lot that I'm not going to be doing to this bathroom, but just like a general kind of visualization. So in essence, I want like white walls with a darker cabinet color. Dad and I just went to Home Depot. We actually went to 2 different Home Depots, and we also went to Dollarama to pick up our supplies. So insert footage right now. Yeah, I didn't get that much footage, but anyways, I'll show you guys what we got. For the actual paint, originally I went to Canadian Tire and I picked up a few samples from there. However, we decided to just get the paint from Home Depot, and since Home Depot has different paints and different brands as Canadian Tire, I ended up going with a different color, and this one is called Arcade White. Honestly, really hard to see because the lighting is just really bad. It's just paint and primer in one for kitchens and bath. So then in terms of stain, so we actually have this IKEA cabinet on top of our toilet, and that kind of is what inspired the inspiration of the white and dark brown kind of mixture, because I knew we were going to keep that. And so we ended up going with this color, which is called Expresso. This is just what it looks like. The tin is like badly damaged, but this was the only one in the store. Like I said, we went to 2 different Home Depots. The first one did not have it in this size, and the second one only had this one in really bad condition, but as long as the paint works, that's all that matters. It's obviously not going to be the exact same as that one because it would be impossible to get it to match, but it's close enough, and it's just like that dark brown kind of color. And then we also went to Dollarama to get a few painting essentials because my dad says that Dollarama stuff is pretty much just as good as going to Home Depot and spending a lot of money on a brush, and these ones you can just throw away. You don't have to like keep and stuff. So first we got a pack of these foam painting brushes, which are the best for doing the cabinets, and then we got 2 paintbrushes. We got the tape, and then we also got a paint tray. It is currently 8:20 at night, but I'm going to go ahead and start taping everything because that is honestly going to take such a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and film some before shots, and then we can get to taping. So it is just after 9 a.m. the next day. I'm in what I like to call my painting outfit, which is literally this shirt that says good vibes and these old DNA leggings that already have paint on them. So earlier this morning, I just taped a few more things. There's still like the bottom baseboards and like the bottom parts of the wall that I still need to tape, but I thought I would actually work on the drawers first, and at least while the drawers are drying, then I can get into finishing the rest of the taping job. I'm probably not going to paint this wall until tomorrow, most likely. Now we have to go ahead and use a screwdriver to take the doors off, and I'm gonna actually be doing the painting downstairs in my basement just because there's more space.
Have I been missing your letters? Did you write me at all? Or have I just forgotten how hard I fall? Is he stretching out your belt loops with his fingers?
Okay, so I've come downstairs to my basement, and as you can see, this is the setup we got going on here. And right now I'm going to need to sand down these cupboards before we can begin painting.
Does he treat you better? Is he more of a man? I'd give you a kiss for every day that I've missed, just to show you that my lips taste better than his. When times get tough, he'll run away, but I'll be right beside you to make it okay.
Okay, so the cabinet doors are now all sanded down. Took a little bit of time, but now I'm gonna go ahead and use this TSP liquid thing to just clean the cabinet doors and like get all the dust off. And I'm also gonna use this wet rag to do that, so let's do it.
You come and tell me that you love me, out of sight and out of mind, and I don't know how to love right. We fall apart every damn time.
Okay, so it is now 12:30. I actually took a break because I made lunch and then ate lunch. But we're now going to get on to actually painting these, which I am so excited for. I've went ahead and found like boxes and like random things I could put the cupboards on top of, just so it would help me be able to paint the sides of the cupboards. Also, I apologize, my basement is a mess right now. We're in the midst of cleaning it still. I guess first I need to put my hair up. And next I'm gonna go ahead and put on my gloves, because last time I painted, I did not wear gloves, and honestly, it took me forever to get the paint off. And now we can go ahead and open up this can.
And I've grown to love you. I don't want to lose my best friend. Baby, don't say that this is the end.
Okay, so it is now just after 2, or maybe closer to 2:30. It's 2:46, never mind. But I finished doing the first coat of the paint, which I'll show you. So this is what it's looking like. I went ahead, painted it, and I used this sock to kind of wipe it down a bit. And now I'm gonna go upstairs and paint the actual like cupboard parts upstairs, if that makes sense. I'll show you once we get there.
You drank too much. You said I only want you, only want you. When we woke up.
So it is now 4:34 and I have finished doing this. I'm debating whether or not I want this to be the first coat, because I kind of like the color of it, like it's not too dark. But I don't really know, so I did it all on the bottom. Okay, so while I wait for the cabinet doors and everything to dry, in the meantime, what I'm actually going to do is start painting around the trims with a brush. And so before I do that, I'm actually going to clear out the countertop, just because I feel like there's way too much in this washroom right now.
You just didn't want to be alone. I called you up, cause I had nothing to do. I was a little confused when you picked up and said hello. It's obvious you're not looking for love, looking for love.
Okay, so here is an update. Went ahead and turned off the light and brought in my night lamp so I can paint around here, because it gets really hot when the lights are on. So far I've done around the trim, around this trim. Like, I don't know why when I paint it's like really random spots. Like I start there, I started here, and then I also started there. I'm gonna go ahead, try to paint up here and see how it turns out. Okay, good morning guys. It is the next day. It is 9:30 and I'm starting a little bit later just because I was kind of tired this morning. I also made myself some iced coffee, and I also woke up with a sty. We love that for me. Today's goal is to do a lot of painting. As you can see, I started like painting a little bit, but I only was using a brush, and obviously you're not supposed to paint with a brush because there's line streaks and it just does not look good. Sorry, I'm like bending down and it's hurting my knees already. So I got myself a little roller, and I also got one of these thingy-mabobbers for the ceiling. Also, I wanted to do this in the morning because I thought it would be more sunnier so I can do the parts around the light without the light off. But if I turn off the light, this is what we're working with. I did bring my light back in here, so it's a little bit better.
Every lonely night, you're my lullaby. Scared that this will turn into love.
So hey guys, I just ate lunch. It is now 12:28 and I'm going to go ahead and start repainting the space by the light fixture. And so I don't turn on the light like I said before because it gets really hot and I don't want to be painting around the heat. And so usually I bring my lamp in, but it's so hard like bringing it in and putting it back that instead I'm going to use this little light thing that my dad has, where you literally, oh, this is actually super big. I need to loosen it or tighten it. I mean, if I look cool now or what? That's really bright, but I feel like that would really help me with painting. Okay, now I have like an imprint on my forehead, but I finished doing like the second-ish coat of the top part. Honestly, I'm probably going to have to do a third coat once it like dries again. Now we're going to be working on this wall, and originally I was using that really small roller because I was like, I don't want to have to open a new bigger roller, but it was starting to hurt my arms a lot because you have to go back and forth. And my dad also said that it makes it look worse when you use a smaller roller, because when you use a big one, like it's bigger, so there's not as many streaks. Got a bigger roller, and then I also got a stick to add to it.
That after all this time, you'll read between these lines, feeling fine, 'cause you said this is all you want. No more playing.
Okay, so it is now 3:54. And I'm pretty much almost done with that side of the washroom. I do have to go over a bit on this wall and maybe a bit in that corner right there as well. But for the most part, it is done. And then I have to finish all of this.
Reminiscing on the time when we first met, I was tongue-tied, stupefied. What was it that I said? Probably something foolish that didn't make much sense, but you remembered a year later when I saw you next, when I told you.
It's 8:16 right now, so it's a lot later in the day, and I finally finished doing the painting for today. I wanted to do as much as possible because I don't think I'm going to be painting tomorrow, as it's Christmas Eve, and I'm definitely not going to be painting on Christmas. Here is the finished product. I've been working on this side of the bathroom. It took me forever because I had to do the top parts, which, because there's like no counter there, it makes it so much harder to do, so I used a stool. Also, what I have not done is buy the toilet because this toilet is so close to the wall. Not sure how I'm gonna paint that. That will be a next week's problem. I really like though that wood color with the walls. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night and see you next time when we do the cabinets.
This is the way it should be.
Okay guys, today is day 3. I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday just because, you know, I only have those 2 shirts that can get dirty, so why not just wear this? I'm going to be doing a very quick thing today. I'm not going to be spending all day, especially because it's already almost 3 o'clock. Earlier, my dad and I went to the dollar store to pick up a few things, and then also went to Home Depot. So I'll show you what I got. So we got some more painting tape just because we're almost out. And we got some more rolls. This isn't really for this project in particular. I used the last one. So we got more of these. And then when we went to Home Depot, we got doorknobs, which I'm super excited about. So these are the ones that I picked out. They are just black and they're just like this circle knob, and they're pretty heavy like compared to the old doorknobs. They're a lot heavier, but I really like this color. I feel like it would look really nice with the brownish kind of wood. Today's main thing that I want to do is staining the cabinet. So I've so far done the first layer of the front side, and so I'm going to do the second layer because my plan is I'm not going to be doing this for sure, not tomorrow. I don't know about the 26th. Maybe if I feel like it, I might. We shall see when we get there. If I can stain the second coat and like it looks good on the second coat, then I can leave it for the next few days and let it dry before doing the back. And then we also have to do like the finish too. There's a lot for the cabinets. We're gonna go downstairs and we're going to do the second coat. Okay, so right now my dad just got this shelf, and then my dad showed me how to cut with power tools. Kind of scary, but it was an experience. So that's what we did, so it can go around here. And then we're adding the second shelf in this big cabinet just because this cabinet has one, and like you get a lot of wasted space if you don't have one. So we thought that'd be a great idea. Okay, so it is now a little bit later, but I finished organizing somewhat. It still looks a little bit messy, but it's more organized than before. I wish I did it before now that I think about it. But that's like my brother's stuff. That's like kind of random stuff. Then in here we added this shelf, and then down here we got a bigger basket to put all the cleaning supplies. And over here on my side, part is honestly still kind of messy, and I might organize it later on, but for now it's a little bit more organized, and the shelf definitely helps. So today is day, I don't even know anymore. It's been so long since we last did anything for this washroom. Right now we are finally taking off the tape, and then also we're trying to paint behind the toilet, which is kind of hard, but we found a solution. Okay, so there were a few parts that we needed to go over just as we were taking off the tape. So I just painted that right there, and then also around the toilet, or I mean, what is this called? It's toilet paper holder. And we also finally painted around the toilet, which looks really nice. I really like this color with this color, and I think that looks nice too. We're probably going to have to repaint this though. There's a huge problem with it. It takes forever to dry, and it doesn't even look that nice. So I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna do in terms of that. But yeah, it looks so much nicer with the tape off, and it's so bright in here. Like, look how bright that is. Okay, well now my camera's focusing and it's not getting as bright. It has been about 2 to 3 weeks since I last filmed for this video. It's, I guess, been about a month or even longer since I started this bathroom makeover, and I am still not done despite the fact that I'm literally only doing 2 small things, and it's taken me so long. But in my defense, there was a lot that went wrong with the cabinets. Pretty much I wanted to paint them like a lighter brown, but then there's a lot of issues with it. It would not dry. We left it for 2 weeks and it was still wet. My dad says it might have been because we put TSP on it, and so that might have made it not dry as fast. As well, it's been pretty cold, and usually paint needs to be in like a warm atmosphere to dry, or like it dries better in a warmer atmosphere. I don't really know. But instead we decided just to paint them like very thick and dark, and we wiped off all of the TSB and we had to re-sand it and everything. And so now they are super duper dark. They're probably like a dark brown kind of color. Honestly, I'm not too mad just because recently I've been really into like the black and white aesthetic, and so I feel like it will kind of match that aesthetic. Even though it's not black, it's like a very dark brown. The only downside is it won't match that one cabinet, and so that might look a little bit weird, but you know what, it's fine as long as we don't have those chocolate brown walls that we used to have. Like, that itself is such a huge improvement. So today we are finally going to finish this bathroom makeover, at least I hope we do. Anyways, today I'm going to just be doing a few touch-ups. I need to put the cabinet doors on finally. I need to take some of this green tape off. I wanted to also touch up on some of the white trim, and also just in general clean this bathroom because it is absolutely disgusting. My stuff is literally just everywhere. My brother's stuff is still in the hall on our little makeshift table, so hopefully we finally can complete this. But I'll go ahead and show you what it's looking like right now. It's pretty messy though, so beware. This is all my stuff. Yes, it's an absolute mess. My brother didn't put any of his stuff in, so that's just like my stuff and like the painting stuff. And then out in the hall we have this like makeshift table that we've just been putting some stuff. So some of my stuff is actually still on here as well. So as you can see, there are still some places that have paint on it, and that is why I kept this paint can here, because I had a feeling I was going to have to go over the wall. On the floor too, there's like marks. I'm hopefully with like water and soap it will come off. Fingers crossed. So right now we are doing a lot of cleaning. Currently cleaning the window, which is really gross. We put some scrubbing bubbles on it. Honestly, I might have to put a little bit more just to kind of like really soak it so we can scrub it off. And then right now my brother is removing the caulking from the washroom, so let me show you. Essentially this part right here, it's super gross, and so we're taking it off to put more on, and so he's doing that right now. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use this little brush and kind of
then what you have to do is, some people use their finger, but the problem is your finger has oil, so you can use one of this.
It's clear.
Oh, it's clear?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's like white on it, no?
Transparent.
So good is red, but don't you cry, Arizona. I never wanna see you that way. I'll be your milk carton, darling.
So I'm starting to paint the trim here, and I'm not going to do a time lapse for this just because it's super hard to get an angle of this and paint because it's such a tight space. But I thought I would do a little bit of a before. So yes, it looks really gross. It's just like stain, I guess. And then in general, this is just what this part looks like. So we're using this paint and primer. Okay, so I went ahead and painted everything. Look how much whiter it looks and just like not as gross, so that is great. And I did all of it right here as well. And then also I want to paint some of this trim just because I want to see if I can fill this like little gap here. It's kind of annoying. And then also go around here and do this part too. And just like that, I have painted. In case you don't see that like wood crack, I think it looks a lot better. And now we have to do all around here.
Getting nervous for getting words and I speak in circles, trying to keep myself from saying.
Finish painting this baseboard down here. It looks a lot more cleaner, which is nice. The next step is the door. What I want to do is just clean it because it's a little bit messy. I don't know if you can see, but there's a bit of stain, so if I can't get them out by cleaning them, I will paint it. And another thing is I wanted to get rid of this.
I know you miss me, I hate to love me too. Ooh, ooh, yeah, I hate that I love you. I'm taking time, taking me too much time, trying to find the reason why I shouldn't dive back into your life, cause I'm a little selfish and you're so jealous.
I have been kind of cleaning this part out and organizing it. I have like a lot of things in boxes, so I'm going to throw these away.
I can never really lie to you, so I'm trying not to hide the truth. Oh,
I've been dreaming, oh, I've been scheming, I hoped you'd be here. I hate that I love you. Ooh, ignore the history, I know you miss.
Finally finished, so that looks the same. Honestly, I have no idea how to even organize my brother's stuff, but other than that, everything is somewhat organized. You get to actually put on the cabinet doors, which is exciting.
Me too. Ooh, yeah, hate that I love you. I've been dreaming,
I've been scheming. I
hoped you'd be here.
Okay, so here are what they are looking like. I really like this with this countertop and this white color. The only thing is this is such a different color, so I'm not sure how I totally feel about that. So hey guys, it is the next day and I've decided that I do really want to paint that shelf there just because it doesn't match with the cabinets and it's gonna bother me. And now I have to go ahead and take everything out of it and start disassembling it so we can start painting it sometime later today. So now I have to attempt to take this door off. I'm gonna go ahead and enlist some help to get this down because I'm not gonna be able to do it by myself. The difference between like this white and this chocolate color is just, thank God we painted it. I just went ahead and painted the first coat. As you can see, there's still definitely needs to be a second coat. I definitely think this is turning out a little bit better. It like just looks nicer. By the way, I didn't do the inside just to save time because it doesn't really matter what the inside looks like.
oh, why do we play these games? Why can't you feel my pain? You know I feel for you. I know you got them feelings too.
So today is a new day and I have finally finished with these drawers. I did a second coat on them. It is ready now to go into the washroom, which is very exciting. Okay, so I didn't film it because there were some difficulties, but we finally got it on, which is really great. Now I have to go ahead and fill this up with all of the stuff over there.
Should probably let this go. Tried 3 times with nothing to show, so why oh why am I so vexed?
Hey guys, it has been a few weeks honestly since I last filmed for this video. I don't know why this is just taking me way longer than I expected and I keep on putting it off, but I was really busy with school, so I do have a little bit more free time now. So I figured I would finally finish the caulking. My dad went to Home Depot last week and picked up some white caulking because if you'll remember, we originally had clear caulking. By the way, this is just like what I mean. So this part up here is the old part that we weren't going to do, and then this part you can't even see it, but there is like a clear kind of caulking on it. And then I also want to eventually work on this part too, especially over here. It's like very old.
Probably 'cause we have great.
So there's a reason that I did not put this paint away yet, and this is the reason. Oh my god, guys, love that for me. And I also figured out I should probably paint this section right here as well, just because most of the caulking will cover it, but I did notice that with the old caulking you could see some of this, so I'm gonna try to paint a little bit of it. Hey guys, it is a little bit later and I finally finished the caulking. some parts of it just did not turn out well, and it took me a very long time to do, so I kind of gave up towards the end. I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like. First, this is the caulking here. Then in terms of the bathtub, so this part looks pretty nice along the sides as well. The part that really messed up is this part. Again, if you look at it closely, it looks really bad. But honestly, I cannot be bothered. Like, I actually scraped it all off and tried to redo it, but I guess because it's like a circle, it's really hard to do. I didn't videotape it just because my hands got so messy. I still have like the stuff all over my fingers. Okay, so for the most part, the washroom is clean. And the last thing, we actually just washed these towels, so that's great that we had fresh and new towels. So I'm gonna go ahead and hang them up. So now for the time that I've been waiting forever for, which is the final reveal of this bathroom. So I will say it's not 100% done. I do want to eventually change the shower curtain just because the green doesn't totally match the rest of the bathroom. And so eventually I want to get like a white and maybe black shower curtain. But I did go to Walmart. They didn't really have anything good there. And so eventually maybe I'm gonna go to IKEA or some other bath shower curtain store. And so I figured I would just go ahead and show you the final reveal now, and just keep in mind that eventually I will want to change this. But yeah, let's go ahead and finally see the reveal. So that concludes the end of this bathroom renovation. It took about 2 months and a half, which is way longer than it should have, but at least we are finally done, or for the most part done. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!